So we at HID heard about this unique woman in South Africa.
My name is Sandra.
All right. Well, here's hoping everybody has had a good week. Hope everyone is doing well today. Every once in a while, as you well know, I like to do kind of a retake, a revisit, if you will, of topics done in the past. It kind of goes to show maybe where people are, maybe where they're going. Kind of talks about some of the social issues, if you will, seeing as how we're no longer just a centralized country. We are a global society now with global issues. People continue to say, well, as long as it doesn't affect my home, and as long as it doesn't affect my family, then I don't need to be concerned with it. I don't need to be aware of it. Well, that's not true. Because what happens in one part of the world can, and many times does indeed, affect your front door. Our topic today is teaching our children. Yes, teaching our children, revisited. About middle part of last year, early part of last year, I don't remember exactly when, we did the same topic. Well, here in 2019, amazingly enough, just about a year later, there have been quite a few changes, most especially in this country. Now, I'm not going, my camera's jacking with me today. I'm not going to get into the abortion thing because everybody's opinion of that is varied regardless of what religion you are. But the rights of women Now, I can tell you as a pagan minister, we pull very hard to the goddess, the feminine. In a matriarchal society, women are the goddess. They are representations of the goddess. And yet, I know in this country, women's rights are being played with like a piece of checkers or a piece of chess on a chessboard. So going back and revisiting a topic of teaching our children, what are we teaching them? Well, in 2019, I would have thought by now some people would have woke up. Sadly, more people are getting deeper and deeper into their cubicles. They can't be bothered as long as it doesn't affect them, which it does. When we take a look at the things that our kids or other kids are talking about, we hear and we see the things that they're being taught by society. Children are tape recorders that simply hit rewind and play on things that their parental figures or adult leaders around them say and do. They are parrots that will mimic what is done and what's done to them and around them. I realize this type of topic or a pagan church may not be something a boatload of people will want to hear, but you really actually probably need to. Most adults today, especially in this country, needs to grab a very large pry bar and pull their head out of their proverbial asses. Because we are in 2019 at the time of this broadcast still teaching our children to be discriminatory, to be bigots, to be judgmental of others, to pull judgment upon others without any kind of forethought whatsoever. What we're teaching our children still today is to be bigots, to be anti-accepting, if you will. Today in 2019, we have a government that is rolling back policies on global warming. Our government today in 2019 does not believe global warming is a reality. What are we teaching our children? We're teaching our children that it's okay to dig up and use fossil fuels. It's okay to add to the global warming issue. Oh, but according to the government, global warming's not real. Bullshit. According to the government, women do not realize or need the right to do what they wish with their own bodies. We have gone full circle from a possible society just over 2 years ago. We've gone full circle from a possible society of acceptive, supportive, and a combined society to a complete and total uncontrolled rhetoric of bigoted, non-feminist, non-supportive, screw your neighbor before they screw you society. What we're teaching our children today is that's okay. the government and society as a whole is, if you watch the news, if you watch any kind or read any kind of global news whatsoever, the government and society is still teaching your kids, not just mine, but your kids, that it's okay to discriminate against others. Women don't have rights. People who are different than the white Anglo-Saxon American Christian does not have rights. What society is teaching your kids today is that it's okay to discriminate, that it's not okay to be different. The federal government has outlawed transgender in the military. That was done this year. Our federal government in this country has pushed us back 50 years and have made our women a toy for men to play with because women's rights are being taken away left and right. This is what they're teaching your kids. What are we teaching our kids nowadays? Well, I don't know about you, but all day, every day, we try our damnedest to teach our daughter it's not okay to discriminate. It's not okay to put people down because they're different. It's not okay for someone to tell you, as a girl, you do not have the right to do what you see fit with your body. And I read somewhere the other day where still in 2019, get this, still in 2019, it is fully, completely, totally accepted, right, for a woman to get a vasectomy. You ready for this? But it is very strongly put against for a man, or well, for a woman to get a hysterectomy. Sorry, I got my words wrong. But it is strongly put against for a man to get a vasectomy. The way it talked about in the article is a man may want to reproduce again and keep his family genes going. But women, they can get a hysterectomy all they want because it don't matter. And I read that, and I'm watching, I watch different news programs. Okay, I don't just take one news program. And I sit sometimes and I'm saddened at the things that we're teaching our children. We're teaching our kids to be bigots. There are a number of programs aimed at teaching boys it's okay to rape because women are not important. Our own federal government says global warming is not real, so we're going to roll back all of the last 20 years of global warming initiatives. What does that teach our kids? It teaches our kids that it's okay to disrespect the planet. I don't know about you, but I'm pagan and I find that bullcrap myself. I'm not personally impressed with the way society is teaching our daughter. I find it destructive, disheartening, disrespectful, and dishonorable. Some who watch this may say, hell, he's just ranting again. It's not really a rant. I'm stating as many possible facts as I can. It doesn't take a genius or a genius, however you want to put it, to Google what I'm saying. To get out there and poke around and look around at what the hell is going on in society. We have people with their head in their sand, with their lives in a box because they don't want to look outside because, oh my God, something might affect their doorstep. When in all reality, folks, if you think about it, if you don't have kids personally, but you know people who do have kids, some of your family may have kids, some of your friends or best friends or mates or whatever may have kids. It is cause for concern because the aging community, speaking of myself and others like me, support for the aging community has also been reversed over the last 2 to 3 years. I'm not even going to get into healthcare. And I'm absolutely damn sure not going to get into dental care or the lack thereof it. But what I'm concerned with, and the reason I wanted to revisit this topic of teaching our kids, you can have the smartest kid in the world. You can have a student that is strictly A/B honor roll. There were, I think, 8 kids that made world famous first place on the last spelling bee. I think it was 8 kids. They all won the spelling bee. I thought, hey, that was great. During their interview, not a single one of those kids had any idea of what's going on in society. In one of the interviews, one of the kids was asked, well, what do you think about what's going on in society today? Her answer was, I don't know, I've been studying. It's bothersome at most to know that we are teaching our kids to hate others, to shun others. And this is 2019. I would have hoped, not expected of course, but I would have hoped we would be a little bit further along than this. But where to from here? Honestly. I think the people that do watch our pre-recorded broadcast, blah, blah. I think maybe if you take 15 minutes, I know that's asking a lot. I know that's asking a lot of adults and parents to take 15 minutes and watch and listen to the things your kids are saying when they come in from church, school, playing with their friends, the things that they're saying, the way they're acting, the little underlying tone of their attitudes. Kind of scary. And nope, I'm going to be the last one to sit here and tell you I am an excellent parent. I will be the last one to tell you that I am the world's best dad. Um, but I will tell you that even before I was a parent, it used to befuddle the hell out of me as to what parents are teaching their children and what parents are not teaching their children. And it is truly more dangerous to not teach your kids anything than anything else. You know, you get these parents that the only thing they want to do is play video games or sit on their ass and not pay any attention to what's going on with their kids. Or they want to spend all of their time on the phone, on the computer, on console games or whatever. And they don't want to pay any attention to what the hell is going on around them. They're missing a lot. They're not only missing a lot in what's going on in their own environment, but they're missing a lot in what the hell is going on in the world. These are the people that one of these days is going to jump up and bite them in the ass. Because let's think about something. In however many years from now, that you will be an aging adult, where you cannot take care of yourself, where will your kids be? Well, let's see. Did we lock up? Looks like Facebook has lost its mind. Alright. Yeah, Facebook lost its mind. Okay. Anyway, I got a message that said broadcast was interrupted for a moment. And it looks like it's kind of up and down. So, yeah, I'm looking at my bandwidth on my end. I'm running 2.9 megs up. Facebook says it is locking up. Well, let's give it a half a second and see if Facebook picks back up. For those of you that are watching the pre-recorded broadcast, right? If you have issues, you can go over to YouTube and watch the uploaded full recorded broadcast because, well, we all know Facebook has a tendency to freak out from time to time, if you will. So anyway, let's carry on. Okay. Well, you guys let me know in the chat what's going on, because my upstream is really doing good here. Alright, anyway, so where we're going, and I want to kind of finish with this because it's going to kind of be a short broadcast today. But I think every one of us, I think every one of you, I think every one of us and every one of you should be very concerned about what society is teaching our kids. Now, this does not mean that you need to pull your kids out of society. That's the worst thing in the world you could do. But what you need to do is you need to listen to your kids. You need to talk to your kids. Those of you that have young boys, you need to teach them that it's not okay to dehumanize women. Most especially if you're pagan, you should be teaching your kids that it's all about the goddess anyway. Just a thought. I don't want to sit here and pretend to tell you how to raise your children. But I am going to say this. Get a grip on it, ladies and gentlemen, because it's only going to get worse in our current heading. If something or someone does not step up to change our heading, it's only going to get worse. Well, for those of you that were watching on Facebook, I apologize for Facebook's drag and lag, if you will. But hopefully next week, Facebook will have its head out of its butt, though I don't really see that happening. Right. Well, if you have any questions, we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you right here next time on Open Pagan Church. Have a great day.